Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome to your July monthly reading. And we have a lot going on this year, so I'm including a high-level Astrological Zen-ergy monthly overview of the planetary energies that Spirit wants to share. Also have some intermittent videos here and there throughout the months talking about the different astrological energies and how to maintain the most zen as we ride those astrological energy waves. And this tarot oracle card reading that we're going to do is for wherever this zodiac sign appears in your chart, whether that's your sun, your moon, your rising sign, your Mars, your Venus, wherever. So here's a quick reference of what planet generally rules over what area of your life, so you can see where this reading will most impact you. And you can actually, choose the zodiac sign for whatever of those areas and get a lot of detail. These monthlies are normally out a couple weeks before the beginning of the following month, so you can make the most of those astrological energies. Alrighty then, well, let's take a look at the Astrological Zen-ergy for the month of July. Let's start by looking at the energy that we're coming into the month with. We talk a lot about retrogrades, and the outer planet retrogrades impact us generally and our entire collective, where the personal planets, when they're, the closer ones, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, more impact us on a daily basis more extremely because they're closer to us. So we talked about launch time last month, which is a great time for launching new things because those inner planets are in a beautiful, they're all direct, and so they're not in retrograde, challenging us, launching things out into the world. So the incoming tide, though, is changing here this month as Mercury goes into its pre-shadow on July 17th. So that's kind of the date that we're like, all right, things are going to start to become a little more challenging to launch, and they'll be short term. And we'll talk more about that in, throughout the month too. So Pluto and Saturn are in their retrograde coming into the month, and Uranus is in their pre-shadow to their retrograde, which means we're already beginning to experience the energy of their retrogrades, but at a less intense level with the pre-shadow. I do have Zen-ergy videos already for all of these retrogrades and general information about retrogrades, just how they work and to make the most of them. If you want to check out my Astrological Zen-ergy playlist, I have that listed in the description box of the video down below, and it'll also be linked at the end of the video. I also have videos about Neptune, Chiron, and Mercury retrogrades included in that playlist, which have all of those three listed. And I plan on having an additional video about the Jupiter pre-shadow and retrograde by the end of June or early July. So keep an eye out for that as well if you'd like to prepare for that energy. All right, so on July 2nd, Neptune goes into its full retrograde. It had been in its pre-shadow since March 11th of this year, and it will be in retrograde in Pisces for a little period of time until December 7th when it starts going direct, and it'll be in its post-shadow till March 28th of 2025. Like I said, we covered the impacts of this energy in the video for the pre-shadow, so check that out for details on how to ground yourself for this powerful spiritual energy. As I mentioned, links to the playlist are down below and at the end of this video. On July 5th, we have a new moon in Cancer. So when the moon is in this cardinal water sign, it's when she's at her most nurturing. Mother Luna rules over the sign of Cancer. So the themes of home and family and children and mothers and mothering take center stage. We're more likely to express emotions outwardly as well. We might have a renewed spark to take care of others, whether that's cooking or cuddling or some other form, and most likely in our own love language, whether that's words, touch, time, service, or gifts. So we can, make sure that we're giving love in the way of other people's love language, not our own, but we're more, likely to give it in our own love language. So make sure to check out the Pick a Card when it comes out the week before the new moon, because I'll talk about how to make the most of the 10 new moon wishes. And then on July 15th, Jupiter enters its pre-shadow retrograde, and it's going to be in that pre-shadow until it goes full retrograde in Gemini on October 9th. And it's going to be in there until February 4th, when it goes direct, and it'll be in its post-shadow period until April 30th of 2025. So energy is going to be with us for a little bit. And this Jupiter energy normally nudges us to be outgoing, idealistic, and forward-thinking, but when it goes retrograde, we're kind of cosmically drawn to some intense introspection. And as I mentioned earlier, I plan on having a video out late June, early July on this energy, so keep an eye out for that video posting. And then on July 17th, Mercury goes into its pre-shadow for its retrograde. And, Mercury goes into retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. And we're in retrogrades like half of our life anyway. So it's just good to be aware of how to use the most of this Mercury retrograde energy, because there are some positive things, which we'll talk about. And that I mentioned in a previous retrograde video with Mercury, which is... Yep, it's in the playlist. So the link at the bottom and at the end of the video. So anyway, we start off in Leo, Mercury in Leo with the pre-shadow, and it actually dips into Virgo a little bit. But then when we go into retrograde on August 4th, during the retrograde, it goes back into Leo until it goes direct on August 28th, and it'll be in its post-shadow until 9/11 of 2024. Then it'll eventually get back into Virgo. The Leo fire energy, with this Mercury being over communication, it makes us want to communicate specifically, leaving no room for doubt in what we're wanting. And when it dips back into Virgo energy, we go into a grounded, earthy energy, but with a logical and rational emphasis on our thinking and communication. But we don't stay there too long. It's just July 26th to August 15th is when we're in the Virgo, and then, of course, we go out of that into Leo. Then on July 21st, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Wait, Bretta Zen, wasn't the last full moon in Capricorn already? Yep, it sure was. You are right. Sometimes the sign of the full moon can repeat 2 months in a row. Because this is the moon at her most organized and practical and businesslike, maybe we were wanting to get stuff done this month. Who knows? But we'll continue to double down on doing the work and focusing on our future goals, organizing, and tasking. We'll maybe have this desire to declutter and organize any area of our lives that feels kind of scattered, disrupted, or disorganized. Some great energy to get her done, you know what I'm saying? So make sure to check out the Pick a Card for this full moon that will come out about a week before, as this will also help making the most of the release energy of this full moon. And then on July 22nd, we enter Leo season, so happy birthday to all you Leo sun babies. So Leo season brings an opportunity to grow greater confidence, playfulness, and to roar about what's in our heart. So the sun rules over Leo and oversees our self-image, our confidence, our identity. So it's not a surprise that Leo season encourages us to foster and embrace your sense of self. We can find new ways to process emotions through enhanced self-expression, igniting us with proactivity and optimism to strongly seek our dreams. I create a Pick a Card around each sun season, and I include a bonus 3-month forecast for the sun babies for that season. So for all you Leos, check that out. And for anyone that was in Cancer sun sign, make sure to check out the previous Pick a Card as well. And then you can see what comes out. It usually comes out about a week before the Leo season actually starts on July 22nd. And then July 23rd, Chiron goes into retrograde. It's been in its pre-shadow since April 2nd. It is, in Aries as it goes through its retrograde, and it'll go direct on December 29th of this year, and it'll be in its post shadow until April 21st of next year. And yes, I have a video for the Chiron retrograde, as I mentioned, so be sure to check that out and see how to make the most of this wounded warrior energy. All right, so those are the energies, the basic energies that I felt led to share that we will all face as a collective. But as always, depending upon your individual birth chart, it'll impact us differently. We are all amazing soup that has flavors that are activated differently when they react to the astrological energy that trickles upon the earth. So, just be aware that it does impact us all a little differently. Alrighty, well, let's see what Spirit wants you to know through the Oracle and Tarot card reading. And here's all the decks that I'm going to be using this time. What I do is I take a tarot deck. In this case, I'm going to use the Arcanus Animal Tarot. And I split up the major arcana from the four suits of the minor arcana. I'm going to use the Archangel Oracle along with the major arcana to get the overall energy for the month. And then the minor arcana will use these four others to find out the different areas of our energy and our earth and energy, actually earth energy over here, our mind and the emotions. So we will go through all of these. And so if you're interested in any of them, you know what they look like. I'm not affiliated with any of them, but I know when I see readings myself, that's why I end up with so many decks, because I love all of them. All right, let's find out what Spirit wants you to know for your sign. All right, Aries, this is your monthly reading for the month of July, and we're going to start off pulling a major arcana card here and just see what are the general energies that Spirit wants you to know for the month of July. And then we'll pull an oracle card here from this beautiful new deck from Kyle Gray, the Archangels. See what Archangel wants to help you through the month, maybe. We'll see here. So what's the overall energy? All right, I do want this one here. And you've got the Emperor coming in here. This is so perfect because this is Aries energy. You guessed it. So this is great energy because, we get like all this information from a lot of people in our lives, right? The blah, blah, blah about, the supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts that come into our life. And at some point, the emperor's like, wait a minute, I am the emperor of this, empire. I get to choose what I want for my empire. So they, tell everyone that they can go ahead and clear the throne room because you have decisions to make and you decide what you want, you put a plan around it, and then you also, take action and you move forward. So this is a month of decision making that's coming up. Fiery energy that you're like, you know what? I get to decide what all this means and what direction I want to head, whether it is relationship or job or education or moving or whatever. This is all about you deciding. So I like that energy coming in. And then let's take a look here at the 22 archangels and see which one out of these want to come in here for you. So for Aries energy, all right, I do want this one here. And you have Uriel, learning experience. Beautiful, beautiful, bright energy. And that says, take time to review, study, and hone your knowledge before proceeding further. So they're going to help you in your research here to find out what is it that you do want to head off and do. And especially if you're wondering about your education and which way to go, what do I want to study, they definitely will help you here. So Uriel, which means God's light, is the angel of light, brilliant like the sun, shedding light on anyone or anything that needs to be seen for understanding and spiritual growth. And he comes to us when it's time for awareness and answers. He will shine his torch of light upon our life and help us weigh up our options and obtain the facts in order to make the best decision. What a perfect energy, and they're even kind of fiery here. Uriel is also the angel who comes to help us in education and higher learning so that we can be the best version of ourselves. The message that comes in, it's time to take an inventory of your life. Recognizing where you are and how far you have come is essential for the next stage of your evolution. Some situations and challenges have not worked out favorably, but this has led you to your gifts and ignited an inner determination. Your angels are here to encourage you through this time of inquiry and learning so that you can reach a deeper state of awareness and initiate great spiritual growth. If you've been wondering about a particular situation or challenge in your life, the message today is that this is an essential lesson that will lead to growth. You may feel you're in a funk or stuck at this time because you're in the thick of it, but soon the clouds will part and the light will shine once more. Know that things do get better from here. In the meantime, call in your angels and invite them to shed light on any darkness so that you can be directed towards your highest good and truth. Boom. You can't make that up. So how perfect these are for that side. So I'm going to move those over here and just maybe over here. You're the first reading, so I'm figuring out here, where am I going to put the cards? We'll do it right here for now. How's that? All right. And then we will dive into the first suit with the minor arcana, which represents, of course, the fire element. This is your element, and it's our drive, our ambition, our passions, our inspiration, our overall energy. So this will be what Spirit wants you to know about your passion for the month of July, and the overall energy. It can be your spiritual energy too. Just talked about spiritualness here. So let's take a look here. So for our Aries, what you want them to know, right? We got that right there. And we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so here she is very in tune with Spirit. You know, normally she's the only one out of the royalty, out of the page, the knight, and the king that has a black cat instead of a salamander, because she doesn't need protection from risk. So I like that energy coming in, you know, with this king here. Kind of want to just put them down here. We'll start with fire right there. Can you still see these up here? Yeah, perfect. All right. So we'll put them right here. And she is able to really connect to Spirit. She's got the spiritual energy, but all the queens get a second portion of cups. So she's got a great, energy of connection, of knowingness. And so when needing to make decisions here, it's kind of like these cards together, that when she's unsure of what decision to make, if she is in a giant maze and she hits a wall, and am I going to go left or am I going to go right? She can just dial up Spirit and ask them, hey, can you guys tell me which way is the best for my highest experience? And they're like, hang a right. And then you do. And then guess what? It turns out wonderful. And people are like, how do you do that? You just like instinctively know. And it's like, I know people, the eye in the sky that sees the entire maze, and they kind of can give us guidance when we ask for it, right? So let's see what else they want you to know here about this choices, about asking for help and assistance. We're going to use this Divine Guidance deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. She's got a great YouTube channel for readings too, if you want to check her out. And these are fractal imaging, which I call spiritual inkblot tests. And whatever you see in the picture is special for you. And then we'll see what she channeled as well. So let's take a look here. All right, here is the one right here. And all right, so get ready. 1, 2, 3. Psh. So that is you can see what it is. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little more. All right. Put that right next to here. Card number 43. Sorry, let me just scooch those. And let's see what we have here. This is called Earth Angel. So all these angels, look at like all these winged creatures here. You truly are an Earth Angel. It is a time to recognize and honor the beautiful spirit that you are. And once we're incarnated, we forget who and what we truly are. But now is your time to remember. Claim your wings, knowing you really do make a difference in the lives that you touch. You have many loving angelic beings with you to support you on your divine path. So feel safe in allowing yourself to follow the path that you're guided to walk. Whatever that path may be, you are ready to spread your wings and fly. How perfect. Because, all of this is about remembering you're the emperor, remembering your divinity, your royalty, right? This is remembering your divinity, your royalty, who you really are, and that you're here on purpose, for purpose, and to follow the path that you want to choose, getting out of your head, all those opinions of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. Those are about, put those aside and allow yourself to choose. I love that. So great energy there. And then we move into the element of Earth, and it's the Suit of Pentacles. This is the only one that's about the outside world. Of course, the Wands is our inner energy, and we'll talk about the mind and the emotions. All those are inward. This is the only one that's about the outside world, all those other people that are on stage with us. So this is our bodies, our external possessions, everything out there. And this is going to be what Spirit wants you to know about your physical adventure during the month of July. And I want that one right there for you. So we'll grab that, and you've got the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is an interesting card because on one hand, it's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But in a situation like yours where it's coming up here, this is also represents how you start to see the fruit grow and you're like, is that really what I want? This is the change of direction. This is like you're realizing that maybe the dream that I'm trying to live isn't my dream, it's someone else's dream that I've been, living all this time. So you're really evaluating here where you're headed, and that could be a change in education. It could be, what is that dream? What is it that you were trying to do all this time? But, when we wake up in the morning going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today, that usually is a big indication that that's not my dream, that's someone else's. You wake up early, you're excited to live your dream, then you know that it's yours, right? We're also going to pull from the Earth Magic Oracle and see what the earthy energies have to tell you about this change of direction in your life here. And it could be change in relationship, it can be change in like job, moving, whatever those, whatever that impacts here. Yeah, you got the iceberg submerged here. Everything that's going on below the surface, an iceberg does have this energy of, there's just so much going on that you don't see below the surface. And I feel like that's what's happening here. We got, it's like the ice formed and it took its shape, and then you're like, okay, well, I got to keep it that way. No, the sunlight coming in is burning and melting the ice to allow you to see things more clearly and to reform your life here. I love that. Let's see what else it has here for you too. But I like that. It's all about, the reforming and the melting. Says up to 90% of an iceberg's body is below the surface, deeply submerged in the bosom of Grandmother Ocean. Yet Grandmother allows considerable freedom for her enormous children, permitting them to move about as dictated by the currents and their own momentum. Having broken off from a glacier or ice shelf, they float along the sea, much to the detriment of vessels that attempt to traverse their passageways. Most of us have heard stories of ill-fated ships that have had tragic encounters with these ice mountains. Although the topmost portion of an iceberg can easily be seen, there's still a massive amount of its body below the water that may be difficult to detect. And that which remains unseen can fool us and perhaps even be dangerous and damaging. The message it brings says, whatever you suppress or deny and attempt to keep out of conscious awareness will show up somewhere and somehow. These are the shadow aspects. At one time, you put them out of your consciousness for good reason, yet they remain contained by shame and guilt. Sometimes these submerged aspects of yourself are projected onto others so that they mirror those denied or suppressed parts of you, and you may even harshly judge these characteristics when they are exhibited. Now is the time to allow these elements to surface and embrace them. They may make some sort of self-expression, a secret dream you wish to accomplish, or even uglier aspects that are difficult to acknowledge or accept. I feel it's more the dream to be expressed, but it's a general reading, so however it resonates for you. Whatever you have submerged deep inside of you, this is your opportunity to pay attention to those things and welcome them to the family called you. How perfect. So this is you discovering what's below the surface and expressing that. So I like it. And then we move into the air element, which is the suit of swords, which is your mind. It's your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations. It's the stories that we're putting forward, the decisions that we're making with our mind, and questioning thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we have too. So let's take a look here for Aries for the month of July. What you want them to know about their mental experience. All right. I feel like it's this one right here. And you've got the Four of Swords, the peace of mind. And I like this. It's a firm mental foundation, a mental stability that comes in. Here's the expectations that we've been living up to, and they're asleep on the fourth sword because it is this energy of, questioning those thoughts and beliefs and seeing things from a higher perspective, where we feel like we don't have to live up to all those supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts. And I like this. I feel like there is this questioning. You got these, the number 4 Emperor, the solid foundation that's coming in here. You're really sorting through a lot of the mental, just beliefs around everything you thought you were supposed to do that you really don't need to do. And I like that. Let's take a look here. We also have the numerology guidance cards. Let's see what else they want you to know about this peace of mind and mental stability, the clarity of mind here. Let's see what we got here. And we've got self-discipline, card number 41 coming in here. I like that. So it's being disciplined enough to make this change and to fight against this, these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been ruling over it. And it does take some discipline to change a habit, right? And so we have this habit of thinking an old way, and it's about changing that. And this card can indicate a need for self-discipline, motivation, and action to improve your quality of life. There you go. By drawing this card, you're being reminded that you need to meet the universe halfway because your dreams won't manifest themselves. You can't make this up. This is a time to clarify your goals and to plan and prioritize your ideas and actions. Then take the mental, emotional, and physical action needed to make your dreams come true. You can't make it up. It's exactly what we've been talking about. You're being encouraged to rein in any thoughts and emotions that are contrary to what you're trying to attract. Rather than letting your doubts and worries consume you, you must have the strength and willpower to focus predominantly on your dreams. You can attain those goals with a strong, disciplined mind when you surrender the outcome to the divine. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to be motivated and strong. This is where you need to play your part. The universe will provide the opportunities, but you need to see them through. Wow. The affirmation for the card with self-discipline and action. I make my dreams come true. You just can't make it up. You just can't make it up. All right, I'm going to move these into the middle here. And we'll finish up over here with the final suit, which is the element of water, the suit of cups, representing our emotional adventure. So we'll see here what's going to go on with relationships, what's going to go on with emotions bubbling up inside of us. So for Aries, what do you want us to know about the month of July here? But wow, what a very clear message coming in here with all of this. For sure. All right. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. Yeah, the movement of passion, the movement of emotion. It's interesting that the Knight of Cups in this particular deck, they usually just have a quest after the Ace of Cups, but they have another one in here. They have this Ace of Swords. So this balancing, this pursuit of both higher knowledge and higher emotion is what helps transform, this energy here, transforms your passions and where you're headed and what you're wanting in your life here. So you definitely are following and pursuing your heart, getting out of your mind, but out of your human mind, the small t truths, and you're really holding on to that capital T truth with the Ace of Swords, and then also following your heart. So it's like you're balancing both your head and your heart, the things that you know are your gifts and that you're able to accomplish, and then the other thing is how you want to uniquely express the love in your heart with the world. And then we're going to pull lastly from the Celebrations of Love Oracle, and since this is the last card for this reading, it can either be more information about your emotional journey, or it can be a wild card, whatever else Spirit wants you to know about the month of July. So let's take a look here. Nope, none of those. All right. What else for Aries, please? Nope, none of those. All right, there it is. Put those over there. And we've got Mind Like an Ocean, Impeccability. Here's that iceberg in the ocean again. All that ocean activity. Beautiful card. We'll put that up over here. And let's take a look here. So impeccability, let's find that here. So this image celebrates the alignment of our mind with the mind of the Creator. That's so funny that we mentioned the mind in the emotions here. It calls us to open ourselves to the divinity, allowing Godhead to wash through us like the gentle waves of the ocean, cleansing and dissolving all that is not in our highest order. Release the past. See these old issues as sandcastles on a beach. Each purifying wave of divine energy washes in, dissolving and removing more and more of the sand building till it's all gone. You are now free. Give thanks. The special message that comes with this card: you're being inspired to release your need to control an issue, a person, or situation in your life. All is well. Release and allow. Set it free, and it will set you free. It's all in divine order. Beautiful, beautiful. How perfect, because this is about letting go of the old and allowing the new to come in, allowing this energy. And we've got the summer and winter, which can be ending and beginning. That's going to be coming up here too, with the solstice here, which we're just entering in June, right? June 20th, around there. So, there is this refreshing, this release of the old ways, and allowing yourself to step forward. So this is you. It says, to live your dream, you can't just expect it to fall into your lap. It's about you choosing, making decisions, because you're not a little baby in a baby seat in the back seat at the whim the creator's driving. You're driving the bus. You're the bus driver in this huge Greyhound bus, and the creator is your co-pilot in charge of the nav system, which is based upon your energy, what you're telling them with your energy, where you want to go. They're plugging it in, and then your spiritual posse of support, which you have a ton of, they're all in the back seat like happy puppies that are excited just to go for a ride. They're like, wherever you want to go, we don't care. Go, 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 go. So I love this, releasing the outcome and enjoying the journey, but it's about you planning the journey, taking steps towards that journey, and releasing the old habit of trying to live someone else's dream. So how exciting for you. What a great July. A lot of great information, a lot of clarity coming in towards your dream on next steps. If you have any questions, of course, you ask your spirit guides, and they are more than welcome to clarify and make things simple choices, no-brainers, but all we have to do is ask. So I love this for you, all of you Aries, and that's what they have for you for the month of July. And if you're looking for more messages of love from above, there's a few things that you can do. First of all, you can give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. That does tell me that you enjoy the content, but it also tells YouTube that you are, and it'll bring more of that similar content. Other thing you do is click that subscribe button. That does give you access to the notification bell. And if you go in there and hit the all setting, then you'll be notified when any new videos come out on my channel, as well as when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all of that, you become part of the love tsunami when you either like, share, comment on anime videos, subscribe to my channel, even becoming one of my YouTube channel members. Doing any of those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy, happy, excited, wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm ever so grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings and other services. All that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, beautiful soul, as you're going through this journey, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there and take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.